जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी जय गिरिवरधारी गोपीजन वल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी जय गिरिवरधारी गोपीजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजना यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजना यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजना यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजना Hare Rama Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayamutiraye Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Bhakta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Namami Haripriye Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. My humble pranams to all the assembled devotees. Happy to be with you after a long time, more than 3 years I think. Nice to see devotees once again, because we have been seeing many devotee community. Unfortunately, during this period, many community devotee community have thinned down. You know, many senior devotees have gone back to their respective places. So many changes. Happy to see so many new devotees as well as old devotees. So it is our responsibility to inspire each other in Krishna consciousness. Because I don't think anybody in this group who is able to speak to Krishna every day and get instruction directly from him. Anybody there? Gita invitation for भगवान से बात करते हैं. because we are not pure enough. Definitely, there are devotees in this world who converse with Krishna, but we are not pure enough to do that, and somehow we are not connected even to acharyas on daily basis. So it is very important for us to inspire each other. In Krishna consciousness, there are devotees who impress, and there are devotees who inspire. There are two different things. Some devotees impress others, you know. We have a very good feeling about them. But there is no change for us with him. Hare Krishna. Okay. I think everybody can hear. Right?
Yes.
So, inspiring and impressiveness is two different things. Sometimes we listen to some nice pravachan, some nice kirtan, and we get very deeply impressed, which is very good. But then, that impression doesn't make any change within us. We hear, we listen, we appreciate, and we go back and we are the same person. There is no difference, you know. So, satsang also means inspiring each other, right? We always see there are many sadhus in India. You go to their satsang, there are thousands and thousands of people, like ocean there. How was the pravachan? Ekdam badhiya. Fantastic. So I don't know how he is speaking like that. What did he spoke? Amazing. Because nothing entered the head. So in bhakti, we get impressed also. That's also not wrong. But then over a period of time, we should change. That is inspiring satsang. Some changes. Actually, we can see, I have seen many devotees 5-10 years back. I have seen them again 5 years back. Now I am seeing them again. Amazing changes. Even in this group, I have seen many devotees 10 years back. Like our Dagal Prabhu, I don't know Prabhu's initiative.
Vasaraj Mukunda.
And even first I was a little scared to talk to him. You know, what amazing changes, you know. Many devotees. So this satsang of devotees should be very inspiring, which is already, but there should be some change. Scriptures like Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana, Mahabharata, all the scripture, the purpose of the scriptures are for that only. Like somebody, they always complain, when outsiders they complain to ISKCON devotees. When we hear Prabhupada's lecture, it is the same thing again and again, repeatedly. You are not this body, you are soul. In every book Prabhupada is writing, they always complain. Prabhupada is saying the same thing. Somebody even complained this to Prabhupada, and Prabhupada said, even then you don't understand. You are repeating so many times. I had a strange comment, somebody told, Hare Krishna mantra, same mantra 118 times, again 16 mala, and every day, there is no change. We always look for variety. Even in day-to-day life, earlier people were combing this side and they were combing this side. For some years it was like upping their style. Then they had patches, brown, green, even clothes like dress like that, It was tight on the top, loose at the bottom, tight in the bottom, loose, pura loose and pura tight. Now they're bored, they're not, torn. This is the nature of human mind. Like it, I get from this, okay, some days I tried, enough, next day I try. When a human mind doesn't get enjoyment in the right track, then the mind looks for perverted track. You understood? Completely perverted. If things doesn't happen in a normal standard way, then it is the psychology of the mind to see for pervertedness. When proper dress didn't give happiness, then they started tearing it off. You know. So in this way, now humans have degraded to animalistic life and further down. Right? That is why this satsanga is very important. I still remember at that time I was nowhere connected to Rasandita Prabhu. But earlier days he used to send an email called Nectarian Mellows. At the end, the last line of the mail was something like at the end of the day we only have each other. It means that. I don't know the exact word. At that time I don't know Prabhu. But I like that line. We are supposed to inspire each other. And the platform is Holy Name and Bhagavatam. It is very important. Every single story and the philosophy behind the story, every single character from these books can inspire, and they're doing that for ages and ages. Today, in another satsanga, we're discussing about Duryodhana. The simple meaning of the term Duryodhana means pick up quarrel. Anything and everything he will pick up quarrel. For example, he is at home and he is hungry. If it is Pandavas, they will say, Mother Kunti, we are very hungry. Have you taken food? Is it time? They very politely they'll ask. If it is Duryodhana, I am here for the last 30 minutes, nobody is bothering about me. Every small thing will be achieved through a quarrel, and that is Duryodhana. You also do that at home sometimes. Every simple thing attained through quarrel, that is animalistic life. Nowadays, in English, earlier they used to say, I had my food, I went for shopping, I bought my clothes. Now English has changed. I grabbed my food on the way. That's what they use nowadays. I grab. It's animal only grabs. Why you have to grab? So slowly, even our usages, our lifestyle, very close to animal. And sometimes animals feel shame of us. We overtake them. So this is mentality of Duryodhana. Every small thing they attain through a quarrel. So this inspiring is very important. There is a beautiful explanation of an Acharya on Bhagavatam about Uttara. How Uttara had Krishna in her womb and she became mother for Krishna. And how we all have Krishna in our heart and each and every one of us can become lover of Krishna. If a mother has a jiva in her belly, she is a mother. If somebody has a jiva in his or her heart, then that person is a mother. So, beautiful shloka in South India, in many temples, they offer the shloka as a prayer. This is a couple of shloka before the prayers of Maharani Kunti in Bhagavatam, 7th or 8th chapter of 1st canto. Uttara is with her raised arm, she's running towards Krishna. And Krishna has got inside his chariot in Kurukshetra and going back to Dwarka. With her arms raised, she's singing Pahi Pahi Mahayogi Deva Deva Jagatpate. Then Na Tvad Abhayam Pashye Yatra Mrityu Parasparam. I am seeing death right in front of my face. See, when Uttara is running, all her, Pandavas, who are like her husband's parents, fathers. Her husband, Uttara's husband is Abhimanyu. Abhimanyu's father, Pandavas. So they are there, but Uttara is not taking shelter of those Pandavas. She understood if the exam is death, only Krishna can give answer. Yatra Mrityu Parasparam, she saw Mrityu right on the face, death right on the face. With her arms raised up in the sky, she screamed and ran towards Krishna. Bhagavatam says he grew short to the size of a thumb and entered Uttara's womb and stopped Brahma's throat. So there Acharyas are glorifying how fortunate Uttara is. She became mother of Krishna. She attained the stage of what Devaki attained, Yashoda attained. Now carrying Krishna in her womb, she's the mother. So in Pushti Marka, they worship Bhagavata because in that Marga they don't have sannyasis. In all the Sri Vaishnavas we have sannyasis. In Madhva Sampradaya we have sannyasis. In many Sampradaya we have sannyasis. Somehow in Vallabhacharya Sampradaya they don't show sannyasis. Because the understanding is every devotee of Krishna is a parent of Krishna. They all have Bal Gopal in their house because they all consider to be parents of Krishna. So, if you have Krishna at your home and you do arati, you do puja, you do offering, everything, that means we are all parents of Krishna. Because you have Krishna at your home and you take care. At the same time, every jiva is so blessed because they carry Krishna. If you carry Krishna in your belly, you are mother. If you carry Krishna in your heart, you are a lover, which is a supreme position. Carry him in a womb or carry him in the heart, which is a higher position. So now he is with four hands, Paramatma, just a witness. When we surrender, when the relationship becomes very intimate, very beautiful, then the four-handed Krishna changes himself into two-handed Krishna and become Lord. So that is why Prabhupada said, all our sadhana should be effective. He has used this word multiple times. Effective chanting, effective reading. He has used this effective chanting. What is effective chanting? And Acharya is saying the preaching of Vidura towards Dhritarashtra every day. Still upload. So effective preaching because Vidura was regularly preaching to Dhritarashtra for years and years. There was no change in Dhritarashtra. Maybe he's from Avataridesh or something. No change. Dhritarashtra had zero change. Sorry, we are all wonderful devotees. No change. Then when the battle started, Vidura also left to Himalayas and he came back. Then he saw Dhritarashtra is so comfortable in the palace. Pandavas are taking care of Dhritarashtra so nicely, so beautifully. So Vidura asked, what are you doing? He said, I am very happy. Especially Dharmaraj, Yudhishthira is so respectful to me. Nobody is respectful to me. Arjuna, only Bhima doesn't smile, but that's okay. All the others are respecting me so much, so nice. I am very satisfied. Vidura said, hell with you. All your 100 sons died. Everything you have lost. Still, nothing has happened to your attachment. What kind of a person you are? That is why Bhagavatam says 50. We should start practicing detachment. And I am sure nobody has crossed 50, including Babu. Nobody has crossed 50. 50 is the deadline. Then, okay, in ISKCON now we have made it 60. It's okay. But then, what kind of a person you are? You should be like, tender coconut and that dry coconut. You must have seen the dry coconut. The coconut is inside the shell, but not attached to the shell. So when we strike 50, Atma should be inside this body, but not attached to the body. Padma Patra Imam Vasa, like a lotus leaf on the body. Not that down attached. And unless we practice that for 10-20 years, we are not going to reach it. Vidura became so disappointed with Dhritarashtra. Lost all your 100 children. Lost kingdom. Lost everything. But still, Dhritarashtra was not able to make the difference of detachment. Finally, Vidura used a very heavy word, a sentence. You are eating what Bhima has spit out. You are eating that. And that word penetrated Dhritarashtra. Acharyas say that is the effect. So when we do japa, when we read Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, when we come for satsang, there should be an effect. Then, next day morning, Arjuna came running to the Yudhishthira. Dhritarashtra is missing, not seen in the palace. Kunti Devi is not there. The Gandhari is not there. Nobody is there. They all disappeared. And Arjuna saying, we should search for them. They're elderly people. Something would have happened to them. Then Yudhishthira, Dharmaraj asked, is Vidura uncle there? No, he is also missing. Then Yudhishthira said, remain calm. They have gone towards north. Very beautiful lesson in Mahabharata. When you do sacrifice, you should never inform anybody. That's what we do. We don't tell anybody, just put it in Facebook. Never inform anybody. Especially when you're doing a sacrifice, when you're traveling towards Badrikash, means the last journey towards northern direction, we should not inform. And there's a beautiful line explained in Mahabharata, which I'm not supposed to say that in this assembly, but still I'm saying, even for the pilgrimage, we should go unprepared. What do? Book a room in Taj, arrange all the things. Everything is there. Do they have this, that? Then we go. It is never a pilgrimage. Pilgrimage, sacrifice, and the journey towards north and Badrikasham should be unprepared. Like in those days, we literally go for book distribution on the street. Now the easy book distribution. Somebody sends money, somebody sends address, we just pack it out. Earlier days, literally on the street, carry books and like that. Sometimes they receive us very warmly, sometimes they chase you out of the door. Sometimes they let their dogs loose. I have literally jumped a 4-foot compound. Then the other brahmachari said, you should have joined athletics. Because when a dog is behind, you can do anything. So that time, every second we will depend on Krishna. Krishna, somehow this person should buy book, this person should buy book, he should buy, she should buy. Every moment we will be depending on Krishna. That's how we should go for a pilgrimage. Everything is a surprise for you. And you will be able to appreciate the beautiful, merciful hand of Krishna right in front of you. You will see Krishna's hands arranging everything, your prasad, your vehicle, because everything is surprise. You have got uninformed, unprepared. That's a sacrifice. So Yudhishthira told Arjuna, if Vidura uncle is not there, don't worry. They're all. But still, our mother Kunti is such an elderly person and she has suffered all through her life. Let us go and search. Then Yudhishthira said, calm down, Arjuna. This test is very good. Same thing Yudhishthira also did. One day Yudhishthira is there. Arjuna came to meet Yudhishthira. His face and all turned pale. His body was trembling, tears. Yudhishthira asked, what happened? With a choking voice, Arjuna said, Krishna left all of us. Krishna left all of us. Immediately Yudhishthira told Arjuna to call Parikshit. They called Parikshit. They coronated Parikshit to be the next king. And Yudhishthira, without even informing his brothers who are next to them, he simply walked towards north. There's real sacrifice, tyaga, everything, charity, everything should be like that. It should not be announced. So he just walked. Yudhishthira just walked. And Bhima understood because they all had heard this conversation earlier. Bhima followed. Arjuna followed. Nakula followed. Sahadev followed. And Draupadi also followed. Right? And there is a difference in Mahabharata and Bhagavatam. In Mahabharata, it is explained a little more elaborately. People are all fainting, but Yudhishthira never stopped. He kept walking. The final journey means with zero attachment. Even a dog followed. But there's a small difference in Bhagavatam and Mahabharata. When Krishna left in Bhagavatam, Krishna expanded into 5. Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma, they all took a form and all the 5 rose, in the middle Krishna, and that's Shankha as a person, a form, Chakra a form, and all the 4 paraphernalia took a form, and Shiva, Brahma, they're all glorifying, singing songs, and they could see Krishna going up and up and up. In Mahabharata, there's a difference. What happened in Mahabharata? Krishna left a body. What? How can Krishna leave a body? In Mahabharata, he left a body. But Acharyas very clearly say he left a body to bewilder jnanis. Purposely he left a body to bewilder jnanis, but he left a body. Because Krishna doesn't have a body, material body. Satchidananda Swarupa is pure spiritual, but he left a body just to confuse this great jnanis in the middle of this thing. But still, that is also not wrong. Acharya say it is like a deity. You go to temple, you see Krishna's deity. Krishna standing, Radha Gopinath, Radha Shyam Sundar, Radha Madan Mohan. You see all the beautiful deities. Do you think Krishna in Goloka is beautiful like the deities or even beyond the deities?
Beyond the deities.
Much beyond, right? But we worship deities. The more we become purified, then the deity, that Krishna in Goloka will reciprocate through this deity. So when Krishna left a body, that's a deity for people. Arjuna did the final rites. In Karoli, Madan Mohanji temple, right in front of the temple, a Mohammedan. From the childhood, he was having a sweet shop, a Muslim person. And from when he was a baby, he used to see Madan Mohan and things like that. And he has seen his father making sweets, and the first sweet morning they will give it to the pujari inside. Whatever. He will be, sometimes these shop people, they will have a big pan and they make sweet and they just sell, everything will be there. So in the first morning sweet, they will offer to Mother Mohan. But when the temple grew big, when the management changed, they said, no more offering from such and such person. And they stopped. And Madan Mohanji started fasting. He started fasting. He was growing thin. When a devotee has a murti at home and very intimately, closely is connected, the devotee can see the bhava bheda, the difference in the deity. He will feel, oh, today my deity is upset. Today my deity is sad. Today he looks very happy. Others can't make out. Anybody has got that experience? Your deity going thin and fat and smiling and yeah, I'm sure everybody has got deities have this experience. That's why when Prabhupada went to any temple, he will ask the head puja, many pujaris. So, what does their lordship say? Because they know morning and night that intense thought of Krishna so deeply, so intently, day and night, gives birth to Krishna in their heart as a lover. And that's how they change Paramatma, the four-handed form witness, is just a witness, from the witness stand to the lover stand. It's a beautiful explanation. Like Uttara and Devaki, who carried Krishna in their womb and became mothers. Every living entity in this world can carry Krishna in their heart and turn to be lovers. Amazing. The way we reciprocate, it's very important. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari. Govinda Jaya Jaya. So that deity which Krishna left when he went back to Goloka, as per Mahabharata, is like a deity. And the acharyas give explanation that we all wear goggles, we all wear spectacles. And we don't see the glasses, we see the object through the glasses, right? Anybody who wears a glass, he's not going to see the glass, he's going to see the object through the glass. And in the same way, our sadhana, deity worship, our chanting, everything we do so intensely, we will be able to experience Krishna through that sadhana. And that's what acharyas have been experiencing. So, in this way, Dhritarashtra went to jungle, they all went to Badrikashram, and each one, amazing, each one took different processes. Kunti took chanting the holy name. Gandhari took renunciation, and Dhritarashtra took Ashtanga Yoga. Amazing. Because that was a different yuga, there are different processes. In Kali Yuga, nothing will work. All these processes will not work. What will work in Kali Yuga? Harinam Sankirtan, that's what. And luckily, somewhere Bhakti Vinod Thakur has written, even if you chant inattentively, within 3 janmas, you will get liberated. Thank God. For our service. So in the Dwapara Yuga, there were different processes. Kunti took to chanting of the holy name, and Gandhari took to renunciation, and Dhritarashtra took Ashtanga Yoga. And each person is glorified. Gandhari, what a sacrifice! Whole life was a sacrifice. When Bhishma went to Kandahar, Afghanistan, Avataridesh, to get Gandhari as a bride to Dhritarashtra, everybody initially misunderstood. She's supposed to get married to Bhishma. So initially they all agreed. There was a battle and everything. But then, at a later stage, Gandhari understood, I'm going to marry a blind person. She didn't react. She didn't argue. Immediately she took a cloth and blindfolded her eyes. When I said the same thing in another class, I had a tough time. One Mataji became violent. How can these people do that to her? It was unfair. How can they push her to marry to a blind man? And she was more stupid because husband anyway is blind. Why can't she keep her eyes open? I had a tough time. So, the level of sacrifice, she immediately took the cloths and blindfolded her. What an amazing thing. The sages blessed her, saying, if anybody comes in front of you, you can see their external body as well as their inner heart. She was a special person because she did the tyaga, sacrifice. So no sacrifice in the material world will go wrong. Anything you do in Krishna consciousness, in bhakti, in adhyatmika life, any sacrifice you do, nothing will go waste. So Gandhari, she didn't want to be superior to her husband, so she immediately blindfolded. And the sages said, you can see anybody who comes in front of you, you can see their external as well as their heart, mind. Imagine if we can see other person's minds. Crazy. Nothing more dirty than that. She got that person. Nothing will go waste. There's a beautiful question in Mahabharata again. Why Krishna gave his Narayana Sena to Duryodhana? You know that story that Krishna and Arjuna, they both came. And Krishna opened his eyes and saw Arjuna first, and all that conversation. So Arjuna, why? Because Narayana Sena of Yadukula, Krishna's Narayana, is very special. Never seen a defeat in any battle. Amazing. And his own kirtan, his own energy. Why would Krishna do that? Krishna can very well say, Duryodhana, you were unfair, you were injustice. So, nothing doing, I am not going to help you. But Krishna equally divided himself into two. One is me without a weapon, another is my Narayana Sena. Logically, what Duryodhana selected is right, logically, but he was stupid. He should have asked for Krishna. Then the Acharyas give an amazing answer. Why Krishna did that blessing? Because Duryodhana attended Mangalarti. Duryodhana came before Krishna woke up. He came for Mangalarti. Means Krishna was sleeping. And that day purposefully he slept a little extra. Because then he knew that these two people are there. So this is explained by Alvars in Sri Ranganath. Because Ranganath, how many of you been to Ranganathji? I think most of you. Ranganathji temple in Tamil Nadu, the deity wake up very late, 6 o'clock. We should have copied from them. For us it's like 4:50, 4:30. So Ranganathji wakes up only by 6 and the Mangalarti is very late. First cow comes, then the elephant comes, finally only the devotees are allowed. Why? The Lord is waiting for his devotees to assemble because Lord is more eager to see his devotees in that Brahma Muhurta than the devotees taking darshan of him. and he will grant anything and everything which he asks in that time. Mangalarti time, Lord is so merciful, waiting, and the screen opens, fine, hurry, 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 samsar, and Lord becomes, so what do you want? 5,000 rupees, what do you want? This thing, promotion, daughter get married, everything, tatastu, and in between somebody has prema, done. Right? So, Alvar said, seeing the Lord in that time, praying, so this thing, that's why Lord could not say no to Duryodhana. Because he came, woke up in the midnight and came all the way to Dwarka, coming from Hastinapur to Dwarka, and waited for the Lord to wake up. So the Alvar say, Lord couldn't say no. So nothing goes waste in Krishna consciousness. Gandhari did that sacrifice. Materially it may sound wrong. But then she got double blessing. She can see everybody right in front of her and their heart also. She can read their heart also. So many times we don't understand the spiritual blessings. We want the spiritual blessings as we desire. But Krishna is saying, no, that's not good for you. I am giving something better. No, I want this only. Then Krishna says, okay, take it. Then we struggle and say, no, that was wrong. So we want it the way we want, in our own way. But blessings are different. We may not understand, we may not comprehend. There's another beautiful instance in Mahabharata. Krishna and Arjuna, they were talking and they went quite far. Very thick friends. Bhaktosi me sakha cheti, you are my best friend. There are different levels of friendship, basically. Mitra, Bandhu, Sakha, different levels. So, they were talking and they just traveled and they went very far. And Arjuna started feeling hungry. Then he said, we need something to eat. And Krishna and Arjuna searched, they found an old Mataji's hut. One simple lady there, old elderly lady, with a cow. Krishna and Arjuna both went and they said, we are hungry. And she became so happy. Krishna has come to her place. Arjuna had come to her place. She became so happy. She immediately went to the cow and milked the cow and gave both of them milk. Both had milk. They were so happy. They were content. And they blessed the lady and they were going back. Arjuna asked Krishna, what blessings you gave to her? Definitely you must have given some blessings to her. What blessings you gave? Krishna said, I blessed so that the cow will die. Then Arjuna said, that's not fair. It's a curse. Is there a blessing? It's a curse. Then Krishna said, the one and only attachment she had to this material world is the cow. If that cow is not there, her travel back to Vaikuntha there's no obstacle. She will immediately. That's only attachment. Now you tell me, Arjuna, is that a curse? Say, no, that's a blessing. Many times we don't even know. We want it our own way. Right? Then the Dhritarashtra divided his kingdom. Initially he gave some share to Pandavas. And that share was Khandava Prastha. Arjuna said, hell with that. I don't want that gift. Because Khandava Prastha is a jungle full of snakes and all poisonous reptiles and things, and it's a jungle. Not even sun ray will pass inside the jungle. And Arjuna said, what will I do with that? Hell with that. I don't want that. So Krishna said, why are you deciding it, Arjuna? Let's go, let's see. Arjuna said, nothing doing, Krishna. I am not coming. I don't want Khandava Prastha. Let the Kauravas keep it. We don't want it. Krishna said, no. Forcefully Krishna took Arjuna to Khandava Prastha and told him to clear the forest. Then Arjuna took Agni Astra, fire weapon, and he burnt the entire forest. And two amazing personalities came out. One is a demon, architect of Asura architect, and the second was Agnidev. Agnidev said, I was so happy because I was hungry for quite long, I could eat there. So he gave a special chariot with 4 special horses. Amazing chariot. The chariot goes at the speed of wind, amazing. And he got the bow and the arrows, the Gandiva, bow, and the arrows which will never miss its lakshya, the goal. And this is amazing arrows which he got. It will finish the job, come back and sit in the quiver. The first reusable thing. Arjuna, it will go hit the guy and come back and sit. Then Krishna, Maya Dhunava, the architect, was thanking Krishna again and again for releasing him from the jungle. Then said, I would like to do something for you, my lord. Then Krishna said, I don't want anything, you do it for Arjuna. He's very skeptical. He was doubting you do it. And Arjuna said, no, you should do it for Krishna. Krishna said, nothing, do it for Arjuna. And they built that amazing palace, 100 times better than Amaravati of Indra. Very magical palace, Indraprastha. The floor will look like water, the water will look like foam, the screen, the wall will look like a screen, the screen will all mystical things. Amazing, the best thing, 10 times better than Amaravati, Indra's palace. The old Indraprastha, the modern Delhi, you can't even breathe there. The things have completely changed. So, then Krishna asked Arjuna, are you happy now? He said, I am very happy. Initially, Arjuna was so reluctant, he was denying. He said, I don't want. But the Lord forced him. People never understand the design, the plan of Lord. Why such and such person has come into my life? Why this has happened? Why I have moved from one place to another? Why my sickness? Why my health problem? We will not understand. But a devotee should blindly understand whatever Krishna has given to him in his life is for his good. Sometimes even the pain is good. It is uplifting us to a different platform. Devotees don't realize. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama we all have a wonderful opportunity. First thing is we have got this human body which is very rare. Acharyas very clearly say, after getting a human body and that too healthy body, and we are all fortunate, we have enough sustenance, we have enough money, enough taken care by God, no complaints. And still if we don't pray to Krishna and chant Krishna's name, it is like you are having a sandalwood tree and using it to burn your stove. Will anybody do that? Cut the sandalwood tree and cook something? Right? And this life will be always full of challenges and surprises. From the Kshira Sagra milk ocean, both the Amrita came as well as poison. Right? Like we have this rose plant. The rose plant will have 5 rose flowers and hundreds of thorns. Which is more in the plant, flower or thorn? But will anyone say it as a thorn plant? Nobody will say rose plant. But actually thorns are more, but nobody will say it's a thorny plant. It's a rose plant. They don't say thorn plant. So it's art of living. So we've got a beautiful opportunity. Simply surrender to Krishna, chant Krishna's name regularly, and very honestly, we should inspire each other. It's a great blessing to see another devotee in life. Many times we don't realize the blessings which we have got, because sometimes devotees, they go back to their village and literally cry. I don't have any association Prabhu. What happened to your chanting? Chalta. What happened to your this? And you can even make the difference from their faces. Even the face changes. You know, sometimes here we have problems because too much of association. But we don't understand what a great blessings which we have got. So I'll say one last thing and end up the session. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's message. Somebody went and complained that so many things about life. He complained about his situation, his family members are not cooperating, he's taking his job, so many things. And Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, God has created everything alike for everyone. You don't get a special sunlight and somebody else next door get a special sunlight, sun, moon, all same. He said a beautiful analogy. What are you? Are you an oil, water, or a fertile soil? Like a potato. If you put in hot water, it becomes soft. The potato you put in oil, it gets dried. The potato you put in fertile land, it starts giving root. It's just what are you? Are you an oil, water, or fertile soil? Accordingly, there will be result. So, na graha karma kalaha manaparam karana mamananti samsara chakram parivartayeti. Don't blame. Don't blame situation. Don't blame other people. Don't blame this. Mana, you are the only reason. Manaparam karana mamananti samsara chakram, for the cycle to run. But if somebody becomes a devotee, blindfolds his eyes, and even if he runs, if he is chanting Krishna's name, he will not fall, I will hold him by my hands. Krishna is telling Uddhava, somebody is becoming my Ananya, somebody becomes my such a deep, wonderful devotee, and if he blindfolds his eyes and he runs like that, still he will not fall, I will hold him. What more a promise? Different.
I never see Mayavati people here, but frequently it is referred everywhere, every cantos. Why?
Nowadays, what we see only two categories. Now what we see? Oh yeah, Prabhuji's question is, in Bhagavatam he is reading, he sees different terms. Yogis, Jnanis, Mayavadis. But Prabhuji saying, I have not seen all these people who are, what is the meaning? It's a nice question. Because now in Kali Yuga we have only two types of people as per Bhagavatam. One is human, another animal in human form. Only two. Normal human and animals in human form. Others are like yogi, because Bhagavatam first canto says Bhagavatam originally was meant to be meant for mumukshubis, people who are only focused for liberation. Then in Naimisharanya, Shukadev spoke Bhagavatam. Some say 16,000, some say 18,000, but there was 16 or 18,000 sages there. Not a single kid or a family person or a king or a trader, businessman, doctors, nobody. All of them are sages. Bhagavatam is meant for people who are simply focused for liberation, who are worried only about moksha. But Prabhupada's and Acharya's blessings, now everybody is reading Bhagavatam. Even though many of our focus goal is not moksha, If you tell them black and white and make such, nobody will come. It was meant for them originally. Among the people who are going for moksha, there are yogis. Yogis are those people who meditate on Paramatma, control their 6 chakras, control their prana, meditate on Paramatma. They are yogis. Brahmavadis are those people who believe the Supreme God is Brahman. Mayavadis are those people who believe I am that Brahman. So there are different kinds of people, different types of people who are traveling towards moksha. So you will see those terms again and again. Jnanis, yogis. In Kali Yuga, the easiest is and the topmost is bhakti. Eat prasadam, jump and dance. Automatically realization will happen without doing any work. Because living in the group of devotees is the greatest tapasya than going to jungle. Jungle, nobody is going to disturb. So, this is the greatest platform. Amazing realization happens. Thank you so much. Yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, I wanted to ask Krishna. Nice class itself.
Okay.
You explained that Dhritarashtra, after so much, trying to inspire, he didn't understand or he didn't get inspired. So in Bhagavad Gita, when he also heard, why he didn't he got inspired, Arjuna got inspired after all that 700 shlokas. He was also a king and it was 700 shlokas, all nicely explained by Krishna himself. So why he didn't get changed, whereas Arjuna got changed at the end of the...
There is a big difference. In the purport of Bhagavad Gita, it's Prabhupada's writing that when Krishna showed Virat to Vishwaro, not that everyone would see, only selected people. There should be some qualification. The problem with Dhritarashtra is so blindly attached. When his children were doing mistake, he didn't have the thing to go and correct. Suppose your son is doing mistake, he will correct. Same thing happened with Jayadratha. You know Jayadratha? Dhritarashtra had a daughter, Dushala. Dushala's husband is Jayadratha. Jayadratha's father was a sage, great yogi, muni. Whenever his son does mistakes, he will keep quiet. He will say, okay, you take care, I will take care, and don't worry. If a son is doing mistake, if a disciple is doing it, it's a responsibility, duty of the guru and father. Teach, correct him. But when Jayadratha does mistake, in those days now, when a daughter gets married, the father will say, okay, that is your house. Whatever good or bad you should tolerate, never come back here. Now what the father says, you go there, if something goes wrong, you come and take care of it. So the whole thing changed. So Jayadratha, whenever he does mistake, his father will not correct him. And what a crazy mistake he did. When Draupadi was alone in jungle, he went and grabbed her. Then he killed Abhimanyu by wrong deeds, all sorts of things. So when Arjuna killed Jayadratha, Jayadratha's father had a special blessing. Jayadratha was very scared, so Jayadratha's father gave him a blessing. If anyone puts your head on the floor, he will die. So when Arjuna shot Jayadratha, Krishna sent his head to southeast. Arjuna was saying, why? I want to kill Jayadratha. Now why I should courier his head to southeast? Then Arjuna Krishna said, no, you send it to southeast direction, and there is Dandakaranya forest, and such sage is meditating, put his head on his lap. It's his father. So his father, Jayadratha's father, was meditating, and his son's head came and fell on his lap. All of a sudden he woke up and he saw a head and he threw it, and the head fell down and he died. Anybody who puts his son's head down? So, not that everyone. For that also we need some super. Our japa, blessing of sadhus, association of Vaishnavas, Krishna prasadam, listening, all that makes us qualified. The only blessing Dhritarashtra had is his good friend was Vidura. amazing thing, a right friend. Even though when Vidura speaks in Dhritarashtra, it will hurt Dhritarashtra, but somewhere he knew he's my best friend. We should also have those kind of people. We have a nice community.
Thank you.
Any other question?
No more questions?
No question.
After try Prasad.
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Nice kurta group.
Thank you so much, Guruji, for giving very inspiring and very instructive class, as always. So, because you are the many important points you have explained today, and one of the main points is the cultivating the spirit of detachment in our life. So, as Greshta devotees, we have so many responsibilities back home, so that's why we are all here. And how or what, or can you kindly enlighten us with some of the practical tips we can cultivate now? I mean, practically, I am not 50 yet, but still, and this is, I feel it's the right time to think about it when I reach that stage. But how or what are some of the practical tips which we can implement or start implementing in our life?
This is not a one-day program. It's a lifetime program. A full human life is given to us to prepare for that. So when we do nice chanting, nice sadhana, nice hearing, all these things, gradually, towards the end of the life, we will get ready for that. It doesn't happen overnight, Bhagavatam says 50, 60, all that. We are just getting prepared to that thing, So by the time 60, 65, the body will not cooperate with our material desires, You walk a little bit, that's all, knees will start paining. You have all the fancy cars, but you can't drive because your leg will pain. You have a duplex house, but you can't climb the first floor. You want to eat that thing, this will not digest. 8 baje you eat paneer and the whole night you will be holding your tummy. Body will forcefully make you realize, everything. Then the skin and all will wrinkle, young people will not be happy to come closer to you. Our own grandchildren, our own children, they will keep away. And when you raise your voice, when you speak at your house, they will say, Dada sitting in a corner, why are you interfering? This is how the whole material world is designed like that. And slowly, internally, we'll get detached. And this right knowledge will help us. Imagine if we don't have the spiritual knowledge, we'll go into depression. But spiritual knowledge will help us. So whatever we have learned, whatever we are practicing now, and by the age of 60, 65, to come really into help and we get it. And one more thing, if we are still not prepared, Krishna at the last moment will give that memory and he will personally prepare us. So if we do things right now, at that time Krishna will make arrangements, prepare everything. I know a person who was chanting 16 rounds just because I went to attended his funeral and came. So it's normal devotee, chanting 16 rounds every day, attending program, doing nice seva. But he is not that kind of pure devotee type of person. He does everything normal, any other day. But last 15 days he was hospitalized. And he slowly was losing memory. He couldn't recognize even his own sons. Last 15 days. But whenever a devotee went to see him, immediately he will catch his hand, tears in his eyes, and he will say, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, only mantra. And all the devotees sat down and started. He couldn't even recognize his own son. Amazing. He forgot everything. He would see what to recognize his wife. Not children, grandchildren, nothing. But he didn't forget the Holy Name. This I have personally witnessed in many devotees' life. They forget everything. Krishna will come and give that memory and hold him, take him back because he has chanted continuously. That's a dead deed and Krishna will never fail. So we should get prepared. If at all we fail, it's a whole preparation. Yes, sir.
When the cow died,
You are a boy or girl? Okay. Your name? Vishnu. Vishnu. Okay. Tell me.
when that story, the cow died, right?
Yeah.
So,
What
it
happened to
is
the cow?
actually,
Not a good thing to kill a cow.
no. How is it a present when the cow dies? How can it be a present even if it has a present in it?
Amazing question. Okay, how can that be a present given by Krishna to the old lady by killing a cow? Is that your question? Is that? Okay. See what happened. Krishna is God. So even when he kills, there is something good because the life, the cow inside the body, the life will go back to Krishna's planet. Okay, when we kill, it is a crime, it is a sin. But when Krishna kills, it is a blessing because that person also will go back. You understand? Imagine you go and kill your neighbor. Is it right or wrong? Wrong. But you join the army. The government is telling, go and shoot and take part in the battle. You kill 10 people. Is it right or wrong? In the army, if you are an army soldier, right? Suppose you are a WWF wrestler. You jump inside the arena and they say, you attack John Cena and everybody will appreciate. Is that right or wrong? Right. So when you do on your own, you go and kill your neighbor, it is wrong. But when you do advised by government and people, then it is right. So when Krishna tells you to kill, then it is right. And when Krishna kills, it is right. But when we do, it is wrong. Clear? Thank you.
You have?
Harish Prabhuji, thank you so much for the wonderful lecture. Prabhuji, I have two questions. I was told, actually some information came to me, Narendra Modi ji PM official circular has been issued saying that the schools in India, are allowed to have Bhagavad Gita as a curriculum, as one of the curriculum. Is it true? And if it is true, all the states are allowed now. What is the status, Prabhuji? This question number one.
Very good question because we also just finished something closer to that. The central government has given a law that the schools should consider, not like immediately from tomorrow, consider teaching Bhagavad Gita in their curriculum, and NCERT is picking up qualified people from the whole country. And the devotee, one or two devotees from ISKCON have also applied to that. Okay? And within states, it is up to the state to decide. And South Indian states are the states which are not going to do that. So, in Kerala, the government is giving permission to ISKCON to conduct Bhagavad Gita classes in all the temples, government temples first for children. They are not allowed inside the school, but all the temples in Kerala, there are some 2,000-3,000 temples under government. So every Sunday they have allowed. In different levels, the local government is allowing, but the government where the center is directly involved, I think they will take it up very fast.
So this is the good news. That means it's official now the schools are allowed
In few years it will be allowed.
to keep this Sakai power, Srimad
One
Bhagavatam.
devotee called Brajendra Nandan Prabhu from Delhi is closely working.
Thank you, Prabhu. This is wonderful news. And the second question, your amazing seva, like, you are doing amazing, wonderful, book distribution in, and every segment in Kerala. This is, and we are seeing, mainly, you are covering schools, colleges, also villages. So please, can you give us some insight?
That is a miracle, actually. Last year I was in Vrindavan. So one Prabhuji came. I was just casually talking Kerala, listening casually. Then he took my number. Then maybe he checked Facebook or something like that. Then he called again and said, I will give Bhagavatam sets, will you keep in colleges free? Then we will do it. Then he surprisingly said he is a custodian of the will of Hamsadutta Swami, a disciple of Srila Prabhupada. I think that Maharaj is no more. The Maharaj left ISKCON at the later age and he was by himself. And he had a huge wealth. So that Maharaj had written a will. All my wealth should be converted into Bhagavatam centers and kept in all the libraries, something like that. And this person contacted, is like somewhere in Vrindavan contact. And he gave us some 250 sets of Mahabharata free. Money. Then all the Christian institution, everything, colleges, institute, all the government we kept. So now you go to any college inside Kerala, there will be Prabhupada's Bhagavatam set. So now we are utilizing that and doing sessions inside college. Now we have given Bhagavatam, give us 1 hour. And this is okay.
Professor, sorry, I'm taking time quickly. Also, villages, there are so many villages in every state. Obviously, Kerala also many villages. Can you give us some tips how we can actually distribute Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam in these villages?
Kerala villages are there, but that's not like village in other states. The villages will have duplex house and 2 cars and an elephant standing in front. So poor they'll have elephant also. In Kerala, we don't do any subsidy. Like in Tamil Nadu, we give Bhagavad Gita for 200, in Kerala, we give for 400. And people buy. We don't give any subsidy. So Kerala book distribution is different. Other states, it's different.
And what about schools? Are you covering schools also? Distribution of
Yes, that's what I said. No, we gave whole Prabhupada said Bhagavatam book, everything, all the schools and colleges, every institution we have.
Thank you. Thank you for inspiring us. Thank you. Very well.
Hare Krishna Babaji. So thank you very much. So on behalf of Avataridesh Yatra and our Yatra leader His Grace Baharup Narsimha Prabhu, we would like to express our heartfelt, sincere gratitude to you. So you said, you started by saying that it is our responsibility to inspire each other in Krishna consciousness, and you said that there are 2 kind of people, one who impress and one who inspire. So it actually reminded me of one sentence Sanatana Goswami says to Haridas Thakur, that there are some people who behave nicely but they don't preach the cult of Krishna consciousness, and some who preach but they don't behave nicely. But you, Haridas Thakur, are the best because you do both the things. So I would say, Prabhuji, that you did both in a best way, inspired as well as impressed us. So thank you very much for your wonderful class. So as our gratitude, I would just like to very quickly, in maybe 3-4 minutes, would like to summarize your class for our Hindi speaking devotee for their benefit, and that will be our vote of thanks to you, Prabhuji. So प्रभु जी ने कहा है कि कृष्ण भावनामृत में हमको एक दूसरे को प्रेरित करना चाहिए, और वो हमारी जिम्मेदारी है, क्योंकि भगवान हमारे कान में तो आपकी प्रेरणा नहीं देते, हमको बोलते नहीं है, कुछ बड़े भक्तों को बोलते हैं, लेकिन हमको एक दूसरे के साथ प्रेरणा देनी चाहिए। और सत्संग का अर्थ यही है कि हम एक दूसरे को इंस्पायर करें, एक दूसरे को प्रेरणा दें, और हम हमेशा विविधताओं की तलाश में रहते हैं। वी लुक फॉर द वैरायटी, और इसलिए हर चीज के अंदर हमको वैरायटी चाहिए। लेकिन हमारा जो पद्धति है, उस पद्धति के अंदर श्रील प्रभुपाद जी ने हमको भगवान का नाम जप करने का और श्रीमद् भागवतम और भगवद गीता पढ़ने के लिए कहा है। तो उसमें ही हमको रमना सीखना चाहिए कि किस प्रकार से हम उसको धारण करें। और प्रभु जी ने बताया कि हर जीव जो है वो भगवान कृष्ण को अपने हृदय में धारण करता है। जैसे परमात्मा के रूप में, अंतर्यामी के रूप में भगवान है, तो उत्तरा ने अपने गर्भ में भगवान को धारण किया, लेकिन हम भगवान को अपने हृदय में धारण करते हैं। तो जब हम भगवान को अपने हृदय में धारण करेंगे तो हम भगवान के प्रेमी बनेंगे, और हर जीव को भगवान का प्रेमी बनना चाहिए। और प्रभुपाद ने कहा कि हमारा ये जो प्रोसेस है वो बहुत इफेक्टिव होना चाहिए, मतलब प्रभावी होना चाहिए। जब हमारा प्रभावी होना चाहिए, हमारा सत्संग प्रभावी होना चाहिए, और इस दुनिया में किया गया कोई भी बलिदान, हाँ, ये व्यर्थ नहीं जाता। तो हम कोई भी सेक्रीफाइस करते हैं तो वह हमेशा हमारे काम आता है। और कोई भी रास्ता अगर हम चुनते हैं, जैसे कई बार हम अपना रास्ता चुनने का प्रयास करते हैं, लेकिन अगर हमारे को भगवान कृष्ण पर ये विश्वास है कि कृष्ण अवश्य हमारी रक्षा करेंगे, जैसे अर्जुन ने भगवान पे विश्वास किया था, तो भगवान हर रूप में उनकी रक्षा करते हैं। तो प्रभु जी ने अपने कंक्लूडिंग वर्ड में कहा कि हमारे पास एक बहुत ही सुनहरा, बहुत ही अद्भुत अवसर है, और सबसे महत्वपूर्ण ये मानव शरीर प्राप्त है। और इस मानव शरीर में अगर हम भगवान का नाम का जप नहीं करते हैं तो ये उस चंदन के पेड़ के समान है जिसकी लकड़ियां काट काट कर हम अग्नि में डाल रहे हैं। तो सबसे अच्छा है कि भगवान ने हम सबके लिए कुछ न कुछ बनाया है। अब हमको ये जानना है कि हम वह तेल है, पानी है या मिट्टी है, और किस प्रकार से हम अपने आप को प्रयोग में लाते हैं और इस मानव शरीर का प्रयोग में लाते हैं। अगर उसको तेल में लाते हैं, पानी में डालते हैं या उसको मिट्टी में रखते हैं, ये हमारे पे डिपेंड करता है। और प्रभु जी ने कहा कि अगर कोई व्यक्ति अपनी आंखों पर पट्टी बांध के, अंधा होके भी अगर भगवान का नाम लेके दौड़े तो कभी गिरेगा नहीं, भगवान उसको गिरने नहीं देंगे, हमेशा उसकी सहायता करेंगे। तो इसके लिए हमको ये विश्वास होना चाहिए कि हम भगवान पर पूर्ण विश्वास रखें और हमारे कृष्ण भावनामृत में अग्रसर आगे बढ़ते रहे, तो हमारा जीवन सफल होगा। और इसके लिए सत्संग में हम एक दूसरे को प्रोत्साहित करते रहे, एक दूसरे को इंस्पायर करते रहे, ये हमारे जीवन का धन्य होगा। सो थैंक यू वेरी वेरी मच प्रभु जी फॉर योर वंडरफुल एसोसिएशन। We would pray at the lotus feet of Shri Radha Madhav ji that you keep coming here and keep inspiring us again and again. Hare Krishna. His Grace Jagatsakshi Prabhu ki